Hi, this is Zach Curtis, and this is my review of Nicholas Lill, his application, Musicology. At a glance, I really like the layout and the idea behind this application. I've already searched for my favorite band, Switchfoot, and that's why we're on the detail screen here. Um, I'm doing this one first because I can't click and drag this application, so it was stuck on my screen. I don't have any choice but to close it out or use it. So uh, if I could make, my first recommendation would be to allow the user to move this window around, um, or even minimize it so that they can move it out of the way. But overall, I really like the concept, and I think that it turned out really well. It's really neat that there's the details and having some photos. Be kind of neat if these would click and pop up. Um, it's also pretty cool that these shows the albums here. Um, Probably what I consider the best feature is the similar artists. So it's sort of this new, you know, way of looking at music where, like Pandora, where it mixes in your, people they think you'll like based on a band you're looking at. So that's interesting because I really like these other guys as well. So I think that this is very accurate and that these are all very similar music, and someone who likes Switchfoot would definitely like these other guys too. So I have a lot of um, a lot of good things to say about this. The upcoming events, I looked at a few different bands and nothing really popped up in that area. Um, so maybe if I come and look at Reliant K. Oh, here we go. Oh, excuse me, a little snitch coming up there. Interesting. Okay, so they're just that Switchfoot maybe didn't have anything coming up. And then of course the link back to the one I was just looking at. So that just tells me that that's even more so, or that much more accurate because it links back and forth. So text is really easy to read. Maybe the photo placement if something's blank. If there was a just sort of an image placeholder, that might make sense. And then maybe some links to the album. So if I click on the album, maybe it goes out and gives me more details specifically about the album. But maybe that's not a feature you're interested in. But overall, I think it's works really well. The logo and the search box is all very obvious and clear. Um, I think that it's a very clean layout, very easy to use. There was no question for me right away on how to use it, and that's something that I'm always pretty interested in. And the custom Chrome, I like that too. I would like to see a minimize button and or a the ability to drag this window. Seems a little strange that I can't, but aside from that, everything looks good. So Nicholas, I say good job. Next, I am reviewing History Escape, and this looks like it's from David Frau. Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm a big movie buff, so this is a really neat application, I thought, as well as the deployment page is really nice looking. It's very aesthetically pleasing. um, so I looks like you're using multiple APIs here with the Google API and the movie database. Um, I saw that this is draggable. Might be nice to have like the minimize button, but that's kind of a minor issue. It wasn't clear to me at first what this application was about, so um, I didn't understand. Like there was a map with these that activate on rollover, so I didn't quite understand that at first. After playing around with it a little bit and rereading your description on the site of what it is, it makes sense now. Um, so my interpretation is that I can see movies based on real events that where the movie's basis was a point in time. So I think it's a really cool idea, and very easy to use. So really clean UI. Installer worked really well. I think it's really cool that you included a link to the movie down here on the movie database org. This isn't obvious. That's probably the only thing that's not very obvious on that does link out to that site. But I clicked on it just because I was curious about it. Um, also, it's not obvious that that the movie text scrolls. Like here, I can use my scroll button to scroll it, but it doesn't really tell me if I can scroll it or not. And aside from highlighting the text, I'm not sure how the scrolling works, other than having a mouse with a middle button. So yeah, otherwise I think this looks really good. Having the constant feedback of what you're up here as well as on the slider seems like it works really well. And again, very usable. That's a really good movie. um, yeah, that's kind of it. I think it's really cool how I can move the map in here, but that if I click out here, it moves the whole application. So nice work on that. Next, we're looking at Say What from Laura, and I thought this application worked pretty well. When I click in this box, the original text didn't disappear. So one recommendation I would have is to, when I click in this search box, when it's the original search text, maybe make that disappear. Also, not sure if this was intentional or not, but when I click on Dutch, the list stays. And I think what users are used to is for the list to go away, which happens when I highlight off of it, or when I mouse away from it. So pretty minor stuff. I like the logo. I think it looks really nice, and I like that I can drag the application. And I thought that this worked pretty well. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. When I push enter, it doesn't translate, which is not a big deal. I can just use my mouse. But I'm a keyboard guy, so for us keyboard people out there, we'd like probably to see the enter button automatically translate it. This is cool. Works pretty well. I like that I can select the text and copy it. I think that seems like a major feature that works pretty well. The Bing logo, maybe if that was transparent or something, or maybe it should be at the bottom. Just small recommendation. I mean, just visual hierarchy wise, maybe give your logo a little bit more room, make the app a little bit larger as far as the height goes. But pretty minor stuff. I think it's a really nice looking app. I like that the minimize buttons there. I use that a lot, and overall, I think it works really well. So nice work, Laura. And that's it. Thank you.